It's what we do. We just sit here and talk for what, 20 minutes and not record. I'm disgusted. I'm just disgusted. Welcome back to the Cousin Collective. I am your girl Capree.
And I am Monay.
And we're back. We've been here.
We sure were. Just unrecorded.
Huh?
Just unrecorded.
Yeah, we've been here. We just been talking. Monay was like, you didn't hear record. And that's
about 20 minutes in.
I mean, going in too, Lord. So anyway.
It's a Monday.
Combobulated. It is. This is not our normal recording day either, so. But it is what it is. We're going to make it do what it do. So, what were we talking about? We is it inadvertently? Ran into each other in our hometown. Which you guys know that, I'm in North Carolina, she's in Virginia. And it wasn't the fact that we ran into each other, it's like where we ran into each other in the middle of nowhere. That was funny.
Literally.
I mean, I was sitting in there, and when CJ walked in, I was like, because like I said, I thought he was coming from his mom's house. And I'm like, well, why did you come all the way over here for this? Like, you just passed two places. And he was like, no, we ain't been there yet. And then that's when I was just like, so where the girls? Where's Monay? He was like outside. And I'm like, if I wouldn't have kept talking, I would have never known you was outside. Until he probably would have came in out and said, oh, I saw Capree in there.
Yeah, and then I would have ran on the inside.
Right. But we were also talking about how, because we just gonna give y'all an overview of what we were talking about, because that's what it is. How even though we video chat a lot and we talk almost every day, just that actually seeing each other in person felt so good. Like, it's different. Like, you take this whole video technology thing for granted. I don't know for granted, but if that's the right word. But it's become kind of a norm.
Yeah.
But that
you don't realize how much you miss in-person interaction until you get it.
That's important. That's important.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
I miss you, girl.
So, yeah.
But the overall gist of things is, guys, we tried food from our hometown that we have not tried in years, or not at all, actually. Eastern Carolina is known for its Carolina barbecue. If you have not had any before, go get you some.
Get you some.
Go get you some.
And it needs to be Eastern North Carolina.
There is a difference if you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Now
and I'm not even gonna say Eastern. I'm gonna say
Wayne County.
Because I've eaten barbecue in a couple of different places. Maybe further down the coast, it still tastes the same.
Maybe Wayne and like Lenore. Maybe I've never had anything from there, but I would say that area would be the same.
Once you come up here to Raleigh, it is not the same. Mm-mm. They do more pulled pork, or they don't chop the barbecue, like, the texture is different, or our barbecue is vinegar based. I think that's why I'm so addicted to vinegar tasting things. But it was, and then me and my best friend were down there for other reasons, and we ended up going to this place called the Lighthouse. So, not that any of you will probably ever really be in Goldsboro, North Carolina, but if you are, hit the Lighthouse. It's a food mart, but listen, hear me out. The food is, how the children say, bussin'.
Bussin'.
It's bussin'. Okay. And the bestie had never been there. And we were also talking about how we grew up in this place, and there are so many things that we didn't know. And it's like right in plain sight. So my best friend had never been to the Lighthouse. I used to eat there all the time. And like fried chicken, pork chops, all of this stuff. You just go in, order it. The catfish, the trout, it has 2 gas pumps outside. I don't think they work, but that's neither here nor there. Judge yourself.
I've never seen anybody pumping gas there.
No. And some of the people may look a little suspect, like, the Escalade, they had to bust it out back window with the cardboard, you know. And I'm not saying that it's probably the safest place to go at night, but I feel like they're kind of well respected over there. I mean, they're not closed, and they've been open since I was little, so I don't know. All I know is
nowhere is really safe in
for real,
Goldsboro.
seriously. But I'm gonna also say that while I was standing there, okay, side note, I took a picture of the menu because, yeah, just so when we go back, we know to go ahead and call our order in, because you can call your order in. We didn't know that. And when we ordered the fish, we thinking that, it was up there already, some pre-made, but they cooked it right then. Oh my God. With the two slices of bread.
First of all, the way you just said slices was country.
2 slices.
Two slices of bread.
And you ain't have to tell them you want a hot sauce, because they put about 4 of them in there. Okay. Little cups of hot sauce, because, so the catfish and everything is good. But what I was going to say was we were standing there, because this was Saturday. As we were standing there, I just started seeing so many different types of people come in and out. And that just showed you, it was like a testament to the type of, just there, because people coming there for the food.
Yeah.
I'm talking old, young, church mamas, white people, truckers, Asians, everybody was coming in there to get this food from this little, it looks like not a fast food, but a gas station type mart. It's that, it's just like when you go to the gas station, except it has, they cook food in there.
Yeah.
It was, yeah. So that was a little.
I haven't had it in years, so next time I think that's going to be one of my stops. I try to get one place in every visit that I go to Goldsboro, and I think that's going to be my next stop, because it's been years.
Girl,
years.
That food is good.
Yeah.
That food is good.
So y'all got to try Goldsboro's barbecue,
and
then the Lighthouse.
And Aggie's. Because that's where I was like, they got some good fried chicken too. Theirs has a distinct taste that no one can mimic, and it is
bomb. Would they fried rice too?
Listen, mess around. So
make you want to slap your mama,
girl, because she gonna get you. But, it just might be worth it. You better run. All right, so let's go into a topic. One of our topics today, things not to say to a Black person. What are some things as a Black person that makes you feel any other way than happy or joyous that comes from a non-Black person, especially, that, gets under your skin?
Even from other Black people.
Well, yeah, I guess you can say that too. I guess it depends on what it is. Well, for me, what it is. But yeah, I agree. You right.
It's degrading. Right. So one thing is, for sure, I've heard all my life is, you have good hair for a Black girl. What does that mean?
Now, did you hear these things from other Black people?
Sure did, girl. That's really mainly where I heard it from, that part.
Wow.
I guess. And when I was younger, it had to do with my skin complexion.
Yeah, we do have that whole colorism situation going on.
Another one would be when people say you talk white, as if Black people aren't educated.
Yeah. I definitely have heard that before. Not necessarily to me, but to my children. Towards my children, they've had to be definitely corrected behind that. And just like I said, coming from other Black people, like, so pronouncing your syllables and articulating your thoughts and your words is talking white. Okay. Yeah. I would say for me, I have some things, something that was said to me by other Black people that annoys me or used to annoy me, and then something that would, more from a workplace, because I was thinking more of like a workplace microaggression type thing. Mm-hmm. But one was, "You are pretty for a big girl." Okay, so
what is that supposed to mean?
All big girls are, and I've even heard people say that about my friends and their complexion. She's pretty to be dark skinned. Mm-hmm. First of all, shut up. What does that mean? Like, because you're dark skinned or you're heavy, that you're not attractive?
Isn't that stupid?
Is some of the dumbest stuff. The other thing that I remember, this was from work now. This was from, white people. You articulate your thoughts very well.
That's insulting.
Like, okay. Am I supposed to say thank you?
Right.
Yeah. That is something that is, and that wasn't too long ago. Within the last 8 years. Mm-hmm. So,
have you ever heard a white person say that they can't wait to tan to get closer to your skin complexion? Like they brag about going tanning to get brown like you?
No, not to that degree. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Wow. Wow. I do know that I have experienced at work in the past, the need to, I don't know how I would phrase it, but the need to pair people together or suggest those people come together because of their skin color. But of course they don't say it.
Yeah.
It's an indirect statement.
Yeah.
You might like such and such. Why would me? Like, I don't know this person. You don't know me well enough to even make that conclusion. Like, y'all come from the same place. You don't know where I come from.
Right.
Do you think all Black people come from the gutter?
But yeah, insulting.
Yeah.
So y'all, if you tell us some things that y'all have heard that you just don't say to a Black person, like, or a person of color, period. The main thing for me is it's been the hair thing. Like, you got pretty hair for a Black girl, or Black people, you have pretty hair for a dark skinned girl.
And I'm gonna say, like I said, the things that were said to me were only said to me once. But I will say, because you know me, I'm gonna say something. And as far as like the complexion thing, like I said, I never had to deal with that. But people would say stuff like that about my friend. And it wouldn't be in a malicious way, but it's ignorant. You know what I'm saying? She's pretty to be dark skinned. And so I just be like, what does that mean? Boy, when you just ask that question, oh, I didn't mean nothing by it. I mean, I'm just saying she's pretty. And just to listen to them try and make it make sense in their head, but verbally is like, you sound just as stupid as you sound. Shut up.
Oh, you must be mixed with something. I got that all the time, like in middle school. You must be mixed with something. Why?
I would say when I had my natural hair, this was since right before the pandemic. Like I said, I would, you could just one day you this way, one day you that way. And then wash and goes used to trip people up, boy, especially when they dry. And I put up in a whatchamacallit, in a ponytail. And I've had people come up to me and be like, ask me if I was mixed with something because of my curl pattern. Or, well, then how did you get your hair like that? Like, okay, so it's not enough that I'm 100% black, a Dorian, okay? No, that's my grandson. But it's not enough that I'm 100% black. I mean, I'm sure I got other stuff. I know I got Indian, all that in my family, but it's like, come on, I'm majority black. So that didn't answer your question. So there's got to be just being black doesn't justify my hair being curly. Well, then if that's not it, then how did your hair get like that? I don't know. It's a mess. But I tell you what else you don't say to a black person.
What?
In particular, a black husband sitting in the sitting in the audience is what you don't say is you don't come for his wife in front of 50 million people on those platforms. And that's what you don't do. Did you see?
Oh, I saw.
I mean, I guess you got to be living under a rock.
If you didn't.
If you did not, even if you weren't watching the Oscars last night, guys, if you don't know where we're leading to, then you need to move that rock from and come on out and join the rest of the world. So they're calling it the slap that was heard around the world. The newspapers have been having a field day with the names. So Willie from West Philly. I got in one little fight. Like the memes have been, the videos, it's just been too much. And I have the internet is trash.
Never fails. Yeah.
Trash.
I made a post not too long ago to say we're the most childish adults.
We are. And you
don't take nothing seriously.
Oh my gosh, they don't. But that's a coping mechanism. It can be, but in this case, it's just because we don't take anything seriously. But let's just discuss it. The Will versus Chris situation. What's your stance on it?
I understand where Will was coming from. Do I think it was the most appropriate action? No. But I get it, right? I'm a little confused, just a little bit of like what led him to do that. I mean, no, I know what was said about his wife, but when I saw the clip of him laughing, I'm like, was he like still laughing from the previous comment, or was he laughing and then saw his wife's reaction and then was like, oh, let me fix this, right? Yeah, I don't think it was the most appropriate action, but I do understand from a marital standpoint, like taking up for your wife, because especially given how she feels about her medical condition, it's not a joking matter to her. It's something that she's been struggling with, and she's been very transparent with the world about it. And then to tear a woman down, we do that enough as it is. I get Chris Rock's job right? Is to joke, and they joke on women, men, whoever is in the audience all the time. But that, I could see if he didn't know her, but everybody knows. And maybe not the little people, but I'm saying like the celebrities, I'm sure they know what she's going through. That was low. That was a low blow. That was a low blow. I'm not saying that Will should have slapped him in front of all them people.
I just want to laugh so hard right now. I'm just trying to, because it's not funny, but it's funny. And we, like I said, we're always laughing at stuff that's inappropriate, but the internet I just can't help all this stuff I done seen. I should not have even. These people aren't. Yeah. Okay. I agree though. 100%. You said everything that I was going to say. While I don't condone violence, I understand exactly where he, I understand how he, why he did what he did. I tell you what, I bet Chris won't be doing no mess like that again. And this is what I'm gonna say. This man had a whole movie, and it's like a lot of stuff that, just like, you know what, you're right. He had a whole movie about women in black hair. Like, there's so many layers to it, right? So this particular layer about women protecting black women, that's one of the things that we're talking about. You don't go and humiliate someone just for the sake of a laugh. It wasn't even that funny. It really wasn't funny at all. It wasn't funny at all.
It took me a moment to get the joke.
I was like, who approved this joke? Like, but then Academy knew, because apparently there was I read an article where they had rehearsal, so he told the joke the night before or whenever the rehearsal was. Someone also said that one of the I don't know, one of the people from the Academy or whoever, I don't know if it's a producer or whatever, said that Will heard it then. I think from what I saw an actual nonstop of the video. He everything was fine. He was laughing, they were laughing. When he went and said the joke, Will did laugh. I think he just laughed out of, I know he probably I can't say what he felt like, but I would imagine that even if he was laughing, really laughing, it wasn't, oh, this is funny. It was more of, I'm just saving face type situation, right? We're just gonna get through this, right? Because like you said, being in this type of industry, you just got to take a lot of stuff. But I think in the moment when he looked over and saw his wife's face, that he did it. Because he loved his wife. Everyone wants to say, well, where was the slap for August? Listen, this man stood on this stage in front of millions of people and humiliated this woman, his wife. Those are two totally different things. Again, I am not condoning it. Yeah. I'm just saying, I understand.
Yeah.
You stood on that stage and you humiliated this woman. So now you get ready to get humiliated. But they have to take the pictures of the standstill pictures of the actual smack though, because
and replace it with the what is it? Batman and Robin slap.
That's what it looked like. But he walked up when, Chris was like, oh, whatever. I don't know what he thought he was. I guess no one knew what was getting ready to happen. But he kind of leaned in a little bit. Did you see it? Like I guess he thought that Will was going to say something to him or whisper something to him. It was kind of like a subtle lean in, like, may I help you? And like, you just got your chin toe off.
But Chris handled himself well.
He did. I don't know any black person that would allow that, because it would have just been a rumble. Yeah. They would have been tussling.
Yeah. I don't condone the violence, but I get where he's coming from. Mm-hmm. And to add on to it, I kind of wonder, now if this is not scripted, we're gonna say that. If none of it was scripted, if it was authentic, I can also understand there being some type of buildup, because let's face it, some people have been attacking Jada for a long time, ever since the August stuff came out.
And will, because he a punk. He whatever. So in this moment, he just like
he was like, "No, I'm trying to save face real quick."
Now this ain't the first time he done smacked somebody though, because not too long ago he was on some carpet and did somebody try to kiss him? Some dude, but he backhanded him or something. I can't remember how it went down, but he backhanded him. And, but I mean, it wasn't like that was more, even though it was a public place, it wasn't on TV. A lot of people are saying, okay, he could have waited until after the show, but people are always gonna say what shoulda, coulda, woulda, right? You don't know what you would have done if you was in that situation.
Yeah.
Do I think it's the end of his career? Absolutely not. Because there's so much support, but then there's not. I did see on the news that well, first of all, Chris decided he was not going to press charges. I mean, was it really assault if the hand was open? Anyway, whatever. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's the memes. It's the videos. They are gonna do their own investigation, so that, I mean, who knows, they might take his Oscar. And they did mention, like, they may take his Oscar back, but he said in his speech, like, this ain't about the award, it's about bringing other people on. So I mean, that Oscar is not super important to him, but there was just a lot of different things. He this was his first Oscar. This was the year that the Oscars was produced by a Black man. There was just so many other things, moving pieces per se. But overall, I mean, you got to be careful of what you say to people. And again, like you say, even though Chris Rock is a comedian, it's like you still have to be mindful. So I just think that even though he's a comedian, he still, I mean, all comedians, especially in the times that we're in now, people have changed. And you just gotta roll with it. So they're not exempt. And you definitely have to be mindful. Now, I don't know, honestly, I didn't know she had alopecia, because I was trying to understand, when it happened, like, so, I started researching, I'm like, oh, and then I started seeing the videos and interviews, and I'm like, okay. So maybe he didn't know, but I kind of feel like he probably did. Even if he didn't, you made an entire movie about Black women and their hair. Mm-hmm. The struggles that we face till this day, dealing with corporate America and just white people in general, not all white people, about our hair is the stuff we deal with is disgusting. And people are losing their jobs or not getting accepted, for positions, or getting denied for bank loans or whatever, because of the hair and what they look like. So for you to even have that as a part of your joke, like, and it wasn't funny. It's not. Somebody said everybody hate Chris. Okay, we gotta go. We have to go. We got some other stuff to The memes were ridiculous. They were ridiculous.
What if it was a compliment, though?
The reason why it wasn't a compliment is because then he followed up something and said something to the effect that it wasn't that bad, or a joke, or whatever, or it could have been.
Oh yeah,
it just yeah.
He did. Yeah. Look, I tried. Yeah. Overall, I mean, I get Will's reaction. I don't condone the actual act. But yeah, somebody's got to protect us. Mm-hmm. And then somebody's got to protect their spouse. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm a pit bull when it comes to my husband. I hope he would be the same way in return.
Be that way with your mate. People be in serious relationships for years and they never even get married. If this is the person you want to spend the rest of your life with, your partner, whoever, whether it's married or not, this is what it needs to be on both ends. Women protect that. A woman will stand 10 toes down without a heartbeat for her man. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I saw another TikTok. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. I keep having flashbacks. So yeah, like, be that protector. You know, not saying you gotta go around decking people, but he ain't gonna do it no more. Maybe. But it's always those people that it's them people that say, you know, ain't no way, but you don't know what you would do in a situation. Yeah, he had time to bring it down, but you know, and think about it.
I'm not even gonna say I would not have done that. I'm not even gonna speak from that standpoint that I wouldn't have reacted the same way if I was in his shoes, or that my husband would not have acted the same way. Because you're right, you don't know unless you are really in that situation. But yeah, I do think it could have been handled differently, maybe. Especially whenever, because I don't watch award shows like that, but isn't the Oscars where last year people were complaining a lot about Black presence?
So, and before we look, we ain't gonna hold you, but before we go, I forgot to bring that up. So this isn't the first time that he's cracked a joke on her. He did it back in maybe if I'm mistaken, 2016, 2017. If anyone cares to correct me, please leave that in the comment. But it was a time where she was boycotting the Oscars for diversity. And so he made, you know, crack the jokes or whatever. So I don't know what their actual outside life is like. Maybe, you know, they don't really care for each other. But you know, I don't know. But you just still don't.
Yeah.
Just poor taste. Just poor taste. Mm-hmm.
You're not wrong. I don't disagree with that.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Let's do better, people.
Yes. Cousins, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? And everyone or anyone who, you know, drops your comment, you know, you can debate, but healthy, you know, because we will block you. No disrespect. Don't go after people and judge people for their views. It is what it is, you know. Everyone has their own opinion and their own views on life. So, you know, be respectful if you decide to join the conversation below. So I guess we're going to wrap this up. Yep. And we will see you guys next week on Wednesday, 10 a.m. sharp. Be sure to comment below, like the video, follow us, turn on those notifications so you don't miss an upload of the Cousin Collective. And follow us on Facebook and Instagram as well. And be sure to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend. To tell all of them about the Cousin Collective.